guys, welcome back to the Wars and Weapons channel. Now, I've been offline for 2 weeks, I know, and the reason was that my computer cable was ruined and I couldn't edit or upload any of my videos. So I decided to make an apology video and a video to inform you about a very cool weapon and tool that was used 30,000 years back and is still being used for many purposes, like in the modern day and back then. You could use it to save lives, take lives, and even make lives easier. You could use it to have any effect on your life. And that weapon is nothing but, of course, the axe. The axe was one of the oldest weapons and tools that humanity invented. The main reason they invented the axe was to cut down trees, to get some wood, to be able to work out for other things, like build houses, build other tools like swords and more axes, of course. And the axe had almost every single thing, it could do every single thing you wanted it, in one tool. You have a tree you want to cut down, bam, the tree is down. You have a chair or something and a nail is loose, bam, you hit it with the end of the axe and then it's flat, the nail goes deep inside the chair or anything, whether you have a thing that the nail is loose on. Your neighbor has not been a good neighbor for the last few weeks, bam, you just hit them with an axe and they will be a good neighbor in their in their funeral. They will give you food, they'll give you mate. Don't do that, just don't do that, that's sick. So yeah, the axe is basically a tool for almost all the things you would want to do. If you shorten the handle and grab it way up, here will be the head of the axe, and then if you grab it up by here, you'll have a pretty great grip in order to do carpentry. You have a piece of wood, you can easily do some carpentry on it in order to make it flat and make it easy to handle. Little woods has some kind of it has thorns, the thorns won't let you grab onto it, they'll go into your hand. You can just remove those and make it flat. And you can do some pretty cool things with that and make some pretty cool pieces of carpentry. And yet the tool is basically that kind of tool. Now, as a weapon, of course, it also has many purposes, such as it can you just use it to hit your opponent just like any other weapon. And it actually packs a really great punch because it has a pretty heavy back. There's a blade, of course, in the front, and then there is the back of it. The back of it is actually very heavy, almost as heavy as a sledgehammer. So yeah, when you hit, the weight of here also goes into the blade, and the force that it applies can literally cut off limbs and many other things off of your opponents. You can use it to cut down any part of your opponent that you want. You can behead them, you can behand them, and you can beleg them, or whatever you want to do. The axe is a perfect tool. Now, the Vikings, of course, really thought the axe was cool because whatever Viking you see, they wield axes because of what a cool weapon it was. Because besides being extremely badass, it's extremely cool. Just look at these axe designs, they're extremely cool. If I see someone wielding something like this, I'll run away. No matter what weapon I'm holding in my hands, that ain't gonna save my life, I'm running away. So yeah, besides that, it had so many uses in combat, of course. Besides being a cool weapon to just hit your opponents with, it can also be a good weapon against the environment, such as in the old times, such as in the Roman times. The Germans, when the Romans were fighting the Germans, the German barbarians, the Germans were using a variety of weapons because they were barbarians. They did not have one single army. Every single one of them was wielding a different weapon. One of them was wielding a sword, one was wielding a mace, and one was wielding an axe. And so on. You could see someone wielding a knife and someone was wielding the greatest mace of all times. It was some kind of one like that. So many of them actually used axes because of the environment they were living in. Because Germany back then and today, it contains a lot of rain forests and other areas. Romans were facing a hard time fighting in those environments because of the trees, and those were blocking them because they could not move their siege equipment or great legions through them. While the Germans, on the other hand, they could just easily, like, they grab the axe and like they go through the forest while cutting any bush, any kind of tree trunks or anything that was standing in their way, like a branch in your way. Just swing your axe and it'll go away, and you and your friends will be able to march through the forest without any problem. Now, this actually caused a huge advantage for the Germans because of the fact they were in the forest environment, so they could just easily go through the forest when the Romans actually had to use roads or call in like a big group of like a different group that weren't soldiers, like civilians or other groups of soldiers, in order so they can come cut off the trees, because the Romans themselves were using gladiuses. Now, of course, you can't cut a tree with a sword. Now, you can cut it, but it will take a really long time. It just isn't worth it. So they had to call in other groups, while the Germans, they could just do it themselves. They just went in, they cut down the trees, and then they faced the Romans, and they used the axe in order to kill the Romans. It was a great tool and weapon. Now, thank you for watching the video. I'm running out of video ideas, so it will be pretty great if you can leave me some suggestions in the comments. Thank you for watching again. We're extremely close to 100 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and ring the war bell to be notified of the rest of the wars that will occur on the channel later. Make sure to like the video and stand by for the next video.